proves a large enough population, income, and real estate footprint to obtain a measure of diplomatic recognition? Well, there are millions of users on Base, and apps on Base have earned over $1 billion in revenue to date. So that's a huge amount of income that can fund a pretty significant real estate footprint when the time comes. But no, we have not yet got diplomatic recognition. But a few years ago, governments thought that crypto was a joke, and now they're adding it to their national reserves. So with enough time and growth, I believe it's possible. So there you have it. Base is on its way to becoming a network state. And this matters because it means that Base is more than just crypto. Base is about building a platform for a better future. Thank you very much.
There we go. Thank you, Zen.
You're just selling corporate.
Now it's my pleasure
Not here.
to make a little noise. We're going to be joined by
Anyway, any startup is
the
a corporate
CEO of
thing,
Coinbase,
right?
Brian Armstrong.
Still.
Here's Brian.
Even if you're a decentralized dollar thing, it's still a
Thanks for
corporate.
speaking at the Never Say Conference.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, Balaji.
So we've been talking about this stuff for years and being friends and colleagues since I think you and Bluxem 12 years ago. We're just two guys. Been a long journey since then.
Well, we appreciate you being along for the ride and helping contribute as CTO while you were there. And you had incredible foresight on this and really believed in us before we maybe even knew ourselves what the real potential of it was.
I knew that basically this space was going to be huge, and I actually think that this next space is also going to be big. That is to say, after cryptocurrencies comes crypto communities. And we're actually right now hosting Base at Network Square.
Base is a really early sign here of these communities coming into real world formations. And at this most recent Base camp, it's like people got married, people got tattoos. It started to feel like a real sense of community coming together. Pretty interesting vibes, kind of felt like the early Bitcoin meetups. So yeah, Base is an exciting manifestation of that. And the network school itself is an exciting manifestation of that. So we're happy to participate, and we'll keep trying to do what we can to help grow network school as well.
What do you want to build Base into if you want to build it into a startup society or a Base network state?
I think the version of it I would like to see is unapologetically pro-freedom. Like, have rule of law, have courts, have police officers to enforce contracts and prevent crime. Otherwise, allow society to try anything as long as you don't hurt anybody else. Like, people should be building nuclear power plants. There should be drones delivering stuff. There should be all kinds of crypto innovation for fundraising and capital and new businesses being formed. We should have accelerated biotech trials. The idea would be to carve out some pieces of federal land and actually create some zones like this. This is a policy effort that we would love to help contribute to if we can in some way, shape, or form.
Actually, Coinbase invested in Prospera. Any other startup societies, network state-like things that you've been interested in?
What I'd really love to see next, actually, is an application kind of in the vision of what you put forward in the network state book. I mean, you had that great kind of wireframe mock-up of like a leaderboard of different cities or zones, right, by population, how many citizens they had and their GDP and things. And I actually would love to see somebody create an app on top of Base that is like a tool to spin up a new community like that. Make it very simple to do that, and then track the stats and the tax revenue and the membership. And it's kind of like your community management tools on top of Base. If anybody out there is building that, send us an email, ventures@coinbase.com. That would be the next step to really start to get more of these, and then track in a competitive environment which ones are doing the best, which ones have been able to accumulate actual physical territory. And we can kind of go around and build some of these and get the next Wakanda or Dubai or Shenzhen built out in various places around the world.
So if people are building startup societies, network states, they should build on Base, come to Coinbase.
Yeah, and thank you for your vision on this, Balaji. I always feel like you see the future 10 years out, and you're the galaxy brain thinker.
Well, thank you very much, Brian. It's very kind, and proud to build everything from Coinbase to USDC with you, and hopefully 10 more years of crushing it together.
Yeah, let's go build the frontier.
Great. Thank you very much, sir.
Next, it's our pleasure to present Jesse Powell, co-founder of Kraken. Here's Jesse.
Jesse, thanks for being at the Never Say Conference.
All right, thanks for having me.
So you and I have been colleagues for about 10 plus years, since 2013 when Bitcoin was just really getting going in the venture world. So you've had a long lens on the space. When did you get started?
Well, I had a company from 2001 to 2011 selling virtual items and currencies for online games. So Bitcoin was sort of like the logical next step. in virtual currencies. As soon as I read about it, it immediately clicked. And I was like, okay, this is like the future of online payments
Guys, your
for the
website
world.
is
When did you boot up Kraken as a digital currency exchange?
We started work in July of 2011, got pretty far, and then we started hearing about all these compliance requirements. And so it sort of delayed launch a little bit. We eventually launched to the public in September of 2013.
Got it. One thing that's interesting is this giant multi-trillion-dollar space of cryptocurrency, the closest adjacent market to it that existed when Bitcoin came out was video game items. Now we're working on startup societies. The thing that is adjacent to that are like hotels and lodges and things like that. And so people, if they look at it with the wrong eyes, will say, oh, it's just like a venue or something like that. It's just a meetup, right? Just like if they looked at Bitcoin with the wrong eyes at the beginning, they think, oh, it's just a video game item, but it was way, way more than that. Like if you're starting a new society, if you only pick one thing, what is the thing that you are going to improve on? What is the ideal Jesse site? What does that look like?